Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to our August reset. I need a reset so bad. I'm actually so excited to be sitting down. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about some highs and lows over the past few months. We're gonna be talking about August and our goals for August. We're gonna talk about some favorites, update on what I've been reading lately, and we're also gonna do some content planning. I have a whole financial what I spent in July video coming next. So we're gonna skip the budget in this reset because I'm gonna do a whole video on my July what I spent in a month, because it's gonna be my last what I spent in a month as like a single person. If you are new here, hi, I'm Krista. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and my channel is kind of just a vlog channel taking you through my life, taking you through my 20s. I would say I live a pretty normal life. I mean, normal is probably very relative and different for every single person, but I work a corporate job, 40 hours a week. I actually started my channel because I started doing videos when I was in grad school, and I've been doing resets since the very beginning of my channel. I actually went back and watched one. Honestly, I've privated a lot of them because I get cringed, I get embarrassed of my old videos, so I privated a lot of them, but went back and watched a reset from a couple years ago, and I was just like, I was so cute. So much has changed, but also nothing has changed at the same time. A lot of my goals I was setting back then are goals that I still set to this day. Yeah, I've been doing resets for a while. They feel very tried and true to who I am. My channel is, like I said, getting through my 20s. I talk a little bit about work. I love health and fitness, but I'm all about balance, so I also love going out with my friends and having a cocktail. So a little bit of everything, balancing it all, getting through our 20s. So if you are new here and just stumbling upon this video, make sure that you subscribe and stick around. Can we just take a moment though? I'm moving you. Oh my gosh. Look at who is joining us for our reset. I'm sure he has a lot of goals and ideas for August. He can help us out over here. I've got a matcha. It's gonna be a chatty one. Grab yourself a drink, a matcha, whatever you want. Let's look back on our last 2 months because I haven't filmed a reset since May. So June, my high for June is definitely the honeymoon. We went on a 2-week trip to Japan. I have a ton of vlogs and videos on my channel if you missed those. Definitely an unforgettable trip and my very obvious high for the month of June because it was over half of the month. My low for June, I dealt with some health issues in June when we got back from our trip that I've talked a lot about recently in some vlogs, and I made a whole other video on it. Obvious low for June. I feel like June I had a really obvious high and then a really obvious low. It was an interesting month, definitely a whirlwind, I would say. And then July, today's July 31st, so we are at the end of July. I cannot believe it. It didn't start to feel like summer for me until July. I started to do more summery things and just I really wanted it to feel like summer. And going into August, I want to continue that because August to me is the last month of summer. I know people are already starting to think about fall, but I really try to savor and hold on to summer as long as I can. So July, August, really been trying to be in that summer mood. My high for July, I think it's gonna be going to see my college roommate and seeing her with her baby. My roommate from college, who I lived with her for 2 years, she just had a baby and it was just special to go. She lives in Boone. I got to go spend a night in the mountains with her and her new baby, who was only 9 weeks old when I saw her. It's crazy seeing your friends change and evolve and grow from college when we were living a totally different lifestyle to her being such an amazing mom. I really felt like I got to be a part of it and see her new life, and it was really beautiful and exciting. Being with your friends through so many phases of life is just so special. You really got to hold on to those, your girls, you know, who have seen you through so many different phases of life. My low for July honestly was probably my heart monitor. I had to wear a heart monitor on my heart for a month. It was just not my favorite thing. I kind of didn't want to go out, didn't want to take workout classes because I just felt like when I dressed up and put on a cute outfit, it was just kind of an eyesore. It ruined my outfits. That sounds really shallow, but honestly, that's how I felt about it. It was just an eyesore. I didn't love wearing it. So I'm glad that that's gone and done for. Hopefully no more heart monitor. I did check off a few more annual goals. I did a big annual reset where I set goals for the new year, and I like to check in on them every once in a while just to make sure I'm on track. If there's any that I want to adjust, change, I like to check in on them. But I got to check off 3 goals for June and July. One of them was visit a new country. That was a gimme goal because I already knew we were going, so I got to check that off. I also got to check off hit $10,000 in our emergency fund, which is an exciting one. Feels really, really good. So now all that money I was funneling into the emergency fund can start going back into our house, car, life fund that we have. I love numeric goals because it feels really good when you get to check them off. A lot of my goals are work out more, and that's such a subjective goal, I feel like, but numeric goals are nice because you really get to check them off when you hit them. I feel like next year when I do my 2026 goal, I will probably want to increase that emergency fund even more because they say an emergency fund should be 3 to 6 months of expenses, and honestly 10,000 is just barely hitting 3 months for us. I definitely am going to want to raise that in 2026, but for now I'm really happy about where we are with the emergency fund. Another one I went ahead and checked off was more intentional vlogging. I like my vlogs to be real and raw, but I also want them to be good quality and intentional with the clips that I am taking and getting. I don't want my whole vlog to be just me tossing the camera around with no intention behind the clips that I'm getting. While they are real and raw and my real days, I want to, you know, try to get some better clips, and I feel like I have been doing good with that. So I went ahead and checked it off because I was like, you know what, I think my vlogs have been better this year. My editing has been better. I've been a lot more intentional with vlogging. So I went ahead and gave myself that one. Feels good to check off some more annual goals. Some that I'm definitely behind on that I need to lock in if I want to hit them. Read 20 books. I think I had a 3-month dry spell with reading. So I definitely need to pick that up if I want to reach that goal. And another one that I set was 20,000 on TikTok. I'm not feeling good about this. I have not been consistent with posting on TikTok. I love YouTube. It's just my baby. It's my favorite thing to do. And it is hard with a full-time job to do my full-time job, long form content and short form content. It's a lot. And honestly, my life is pretty mundane, pretty normal. I'm in a pretty good routine, but I'm not always super inspired to film short form content. So hitting 20,000, that's not gonna happen if I'm not posting. So that's something that if I really wanna hit that goal, I need to lock in, kind of think about if short form content is really something I want to invest my time in. Let's set some August goals. Like I said, August is the last month of summer for me, but I am really excited for fall, but I'm gonna try to hold on to summer for the month of August. This fall, I have a lot of weekend trips planned. I'm going to see some friends who live in New York. I'm going to my alma mater for a weekend, Chapel Hill. I am going to the beach for a friend's 30th birthday. So I have a lot of little weekend kind of trips in the fall. So something I'm really excited about for August is that I don't have any travel planned for the month of August. We're staying home for the whole month. I couldn't tell you the last time that happened. I usually have at least one kind of weekend trip planned, just going to visit friends, going to visit family, because I am a long distance daughter, a long distance friend to a lot of my friends. So I feel like I'm always kind of doing something, leaving, but nothing planned for August. And I'm gonna keep it that way. We're gonna stay put. That makes setting goals a lot easier because I'm gonna be here the whole time. I can really lock in. Time for August goals. I have 4 different categories. First, personal, then wellness, financial, and social media goals. So for personal goals, my first one is to start my closet clean out. I actually set this goal in June, and that did not happen. But that's okay. We're moving it, we're adjusting. Life happens. I really feel like I kind of know what my style is and what I want. I'm not ever gonna be a minimalist. That's just not gonna happen. I like clothes too much and I do like buying them, but I just wanna hone in my style. There's probably way too many crop tops in my closet that I'm never gonna wear ever again. And I really like just that classic, clean kind of look. So I want to try everything on and do a huge closet clean out that I'm going to film for you guys. So my goal is to start that this month. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. The spreadsheet that you'll see, I'm putting screenshots and stuff of on the screen, is from CoPlenty. I also use their budget and I do have a code with them, so I will leave the link down below. If you use my code, it gets you a little bit of money off if you're interested in the goal setting spreadsheet or the budget. My second goal, this kind of goes with August being the last month of summer for me. I want to spend more time at the pool. I think I went to the pool maybe twice so far this summer, and I really want to spend more time at the pool. I have a pool. It's actually part of the reason we chose to live in an apartment when we moved to Charlotte. I toured townhomes and I was like, I just really want the amenities of an apartment, and I never used them. I really want to take advantage of the last month of summer, take advantage of having amenities, and enjoy our pool. I want to read 2 books this month. I usually only read 1 book a month. Like I said, I'm really behind on my read 20 books for the year goal, so I want to try to catch up a little bit. So read 2 books for the month. 1 social media free day a week. I've been doing this the past 2 weeks and it's like my favorite day of the week. It's kind of hard, I won't lie. It's really interesting how much I actually reach for my phone to scroll on social media. I really want to do 1 social media media free day a week. It tends to be Sundays for me, but any day is fine. I love it because I just do so much more. I read a lot more because if I'm bored, I have nothing to do, I usually reach for my phone and would scroll for an hour. Instead, I can read for an hour. And I should really probably do that every day of the week, but we're starting slow. We're starting with one social media free day a week. I love this matcha. The next one is kind of funny. I wrote say no. I need to say no, you guys. One of my big goals right now is to really just slow down and do things that I want to do when I want to do them. So say no. It's a goal of mine, which is an interesting goal because usually my goal is the opposite, and usually my goal is say yes. Go do things out of your comfort zone. But I just really need to slow down right now. Honestly, I've been doing a really good job at. I've had some friends kind of invite me on trips and out to do stuff, and I've been saying no because I'm really focused on my health, mentally, physically right now. So I don't need to push myself beyond my limits just because I feel like I have to do it. I'm the type of person who, like, if someone invites me, I feel like if I don't have any other plans, I have to do it. But sometimes your plans can just be to relax and spend time with yourself. So I really want to take that into August and say no a lot more. I just feel like I need to figure out my health first before I can make a lot of commitment. 5 goals. I don't think they're too extreme. I try to keep them pretty relaxed and focus on the things that are important to me. We'll see how we do. Wellness goals for August, I set 2. First one is daily morning walks. And the second one is eat at home 85% of the time, which if you do the math, 85% of a 30-day month is about 25 days. So I really only want to go out to eat 5-ish times. That's basically what that means. Daily morning walks, it's just good for you, especially as someone who works from home. I do not get a lot of steps during the day. I mean, there are days I could get less than 3,000 steps a day because I just don't leave the house. I'm at home all day, every day. So daily morning walks are a great way to get out of the house first thing, get in some steps, feel the sunshine. Feeling sun on your face first thing in the morning is actually really good for you. It's good for your circadian rhythm, so it helps your sleep cycle. I've been doing it, I would say maybe 2 to 3 days a week, but I want to do it every single day. So that's a goal for August. That's a big one for me. And then, like I said, eat at home 85% of the time. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy eating at home. So I don't think this one will be hard, but I do find that sometimes on the weekends we're out of groceries and we're just feeling a little lazy. So we're more likely to get takeout, but I just want to be good about always having groceries, always having meal ideas on hand, and making sure we're eating from home as much as possible. Really, going out to eat to me is a social thing, and I really want to save going out to eat for those social activities. I feel like in July we got takeout quite a few times, which is really unlike us. So I really want to hone that in, and if it's just me and Will, we just need to cook something. Financial goals for the month of August. The first one is to make an extra student loan payment. I actually was able to do this in July, which was really exciting because July was a 3 paycheck month for me. I'll talk more about that in my what I spent in July video. I was able to make that extra student loan payment last month and it felt good, so I'm gonna try to do it again this month. It might not be a huge one. I pay a base of $500 a month on my student loans. That's like my minimum. Not the minimum that they require, but it's just my personal minimum that I pay every single month. But on months where I have a little bit of extra money, I want to start doing some extra student loan payments. So we'll see if we can do that in August as well. And then my second goal for August, which is exciting, is to start tracking as a couple. If you don't know, I just got married and we have successfully, as of like last week, combined our finances. So for August, I'm actually gonna be switching over to a new budget spreadsheet. I'm switching from currently by myself, I was using the budget 1.0 from Coplenty, but for August, I'm switching over to the budget 2.0, which just has a little bit more space in it basically for tracking as a couple. So I'm not only tracking my income now, but I'm tracking my husband's, I'm tracking his spending, which will be interesting. And yeah, all of our money is officially combined now. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like I need to track for a few months as a couple to get a baseline. I'm guessing right now with my August budget, what is our grocery bill? What do we spend going out to eat? I don't actually know because I've been tracking as a single person for years. And I mean, transparently, he bought a lot of that stuff for me. So the reason that my groceries, you know, I only spent $200 a month on groceries is because he was buying all of our groceries. And going out to eat, I would only budget like $50 because he usually bought it all. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the consumption actually is as a couple and what we actually are spending. I'm excited. We are gonna be tracking for, I don't know, 2 to 3 months, I would say, to just try to get a baseline. And then we'll see what we need to do, if we need to reel it in some places, if we have more money left over than I thought we would. It's exciting. It's a new step in our relationship as a married couple. So yeah, I've got my new budget all set up. I definitely will share it some point in the future, but like I said, I just kind of feel like I need to get the hang of things before I bring that online. So that's why I'm about to film a what I spent in July, because it will be my last one using that old spreadsheet and just tracking only my spending. Social media goals. One of my goals for the entire year was to hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're actually getting kind of close to it. So I actually set a goal for August to hit 20,000 subscribers. I have no idea if it's possible. I think, let's see what I'm at right this second. So I'm at 19,278 right now. So I would need to gain 722 subscribers this month, which that's a lot for me in a month. I feel like I usually gain anywhere between 200 to 500 a month. I would say that's kind of my average, but you know what? What do they say? Shoot for the stars and you will land on the moon. No, I think it's the opposite. Shoot for the moon and you'll land among the stars. That's it. You know, I set the goal of 20,000 in August. We would need to gain 722 subscribers. It's possible. It's definitely possible. So fingers crossed. We'll see if we hit that. Next one is create for joy. I think this also goes into my say no personal goal. I want to create because I love it and I feel like it. Video ideas, vlogs, things I'm filming. I want it to be because I want to do it, not because I feel like I have to. Those kind of go hand in hand. If there's a week where I had scheduled a vlog and it's just not gonna happen, that's okay, and that's what's gonna have to happen for the month of August. You'll see in my content planning, I have 8 videos planned for August. We'll see if we actually get to 8 videos because I'm giving myself lots of rest time and lots of grace. But with that, I did put create a short form content schedule just because I need to get my life together with short form content. It doesn't inspire me. I don't know what I need to do to get excited about short form content. I think a schedule, as a schedule person who enjoys a schedule, might help me. There's no way I can post every single day short form content. That's just never gonna be me. But I think maybe like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. If I know, okay, I need 3 videos this week, then maybe it's something that would work a little bit better for me. So it's something I want to work on this month, is kind of getting back into short form content, getting into a rhythm, finding what's gonna work for me, something that I can actually be consistent with. And I think to be consistent with short form content, I need a schedule. So that's something I want to kind of plan out and work on for the month of August. Those are our August goals. I feel like it's a good mixture between relaxing, saying no, and also staying on track with my overall annual 2025 goals. Let's talk about my favorites and give some reading updates. Something that I've started in my morning routine is taking coconut cult and drinking bone broth every single morning. And I really like it because it just makes me feel like I'm in a good routine. Coconut cult is a probiotic yogurt. You only need a tablespoon a day to get all your probiotics that you need. It's really good for gut health. And honestly, I just think it tastes delicious. So I've been really liking having that in my morning routine. I'm actually out right now, so I need to go to Whole Foods and get some more. I can say for sure it helps with bloating. If you struggle with that, it definitely regulates you. But have I noticed much more than that? No, but I just really like being in a routine with a supplement like that. It's just a little small joy in my morning routine, and same with my bone broth. Bone broth has a lot of collagen and protein in it, and it's a great first thing to have in the morning. It's a nice warm beverage that I just sip on before I have my coffee. You could probably replace that with like warm lemon water or something, but I think just having that almost meditative time in the morning where I'm just sitting and sipping on this warm drink before I get my day started is really, really nice. That's kind of my new morning routine, and I've been enjoying it because I think having a actual routine rather than rolling out of bed and going straight to coffee has been feeling really good for me. So that's definitely a favorite from the last couple months. Reading updates, I finally read Quicksilver. I just finished it yesterday, actually, and I really liked it. I would say I'd give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. My only thing with it is I did feel like it was so similar to ACOTAR. The first probably quarter, 25%, I was getting a little confused with the magic systems, and I was almost confusing ACOTAR with the book because it was so similar. It's a fae, shadow daddy, fated mates kind of thing. So it does feel very similar to ACOTAR, but I would say the last half is when it really starts to differentiate itself with with, you know, who the villain is and everything. And I will say it's pretty fast paced, which I liked. That kept me hooked to it. If you like fantasy, I think you'll like it, but it definitely has like every single fantasy trope you could imagine in it. I think ACOTAR is definitely better. I would say more well written, and obviously it's a more complete series, so that's easy to say. And I do like the male main character a lot. I love Kingfisher, and I also really like one of the side characters. I thought he was pretty funny. So overall, I would say like 4 out of 5 stars. Probably not my favorite fantasy read I've had yet, but definitely a good one. And I think it'd be a really easy way to step into fantasy. I think it's a pretty easy to understand kind of book. I did really enjoy it, and the second one in the series comes out in November, I believe. Excited to have it, but I want to move on to a different kind of fantasy. I feel like I've read a lot of fae kind of books lately, so I'm getting into a new book. I just got it from the library today. Heartless Hunter is my next read. It is about a witch hunter, so he's hunting witches. Witches used to rule over the world, and they were overthrown, I believe, and now they're all being hunted down. So it's about a witch hunter, and I'm assuming a witch probably. I just got the notification, the email, that my book is ready. So excited to get into that for my next read. Last but not least, let's hop into some content planning. So how I plan out my YouTube videos is I first look at my calendar and I see what I have going on for the month. So for example, if I know I'm gonna be traveling for an entire week out of the month, that is going to affect my vlog schedule and how I can film. But luckily for us, we're here for the entire month, so it makes it pretty easy. I also keep just like an idea bank of videos that I want to film and get up, and I'll start by looking at the idea bank and seeing if any of those videos would work for this month. I did pull a couple out of my idea bank for this month. I pulled out my wedding Q&A. That's one that I've had, you know, on the back of my mind that I knew I wanted to get done, and I felt like August was a good time to get that out because I'm done with the honeymoon. So if anyone has honeymoon questions, I can answer those. And it's been 3 months since the wedding, so I feel like I've gotten all my pictures back, all my videos back. I can really reflect on wedding and wedding planning. So I pulled that one out of the bank, and that's planned for this month. So I put a question box up on my Instagram, and I got a ton of questions for the wedding. But if you guys have any questions for my wedding Q&A that's going to be coming probably mid-month, feel free to drop them in the comments. Newlywed questions, honeymoon questions, wedding questions, bachelorette questions, anything wedding related, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I really wanted to get up a summer weekend vlog this month because it's the last month of summer and I've done no summer related videos, so I knew I wanted to do that. And then I also pulled out of my idea bank our honeymoon in Japan budget breakdown. So that's an exciting one. I am doing a full budget video on the honeymoon. So you can kind of see what I mean. I have all these ideas down in that idea bank, and then I just pull them out when they make sense to film. Looking at August, I have 8 videos planned for August. Hopefully we get up all 8, but I'm giving myself grace, so if we don't, we don't. First video will be this one, my August reset. Then we have a what I spent in July coming up. Then we will have our honeymoon budget breakdown. I am a little nervous about posting the budget breakdown from the honeymoon just because I feel like people have lots of opinions on how you spend your own money, but I also just think it's helpful because when I was planning our trip for Japan, I definitely was looking up how much things are gonna cost, how much do people spend, to try to get an idea. So I do feel like it's helpful. Hopefully it goes over well. Then my summer weekend vlog, wedding Q&A. I wanna do a what I spent in a week. I can't decide if it's gonna be a low spend, no spend week challenge, or if it's just gonna be a normal week in my life, what I spent this week vlog. Honestly, I kind of always try to have low spend weeks. I try not to spend like a crazy person most of the time. It honestly just depends on how that week shakes out. If I end up having lots of social plans or appointments or anything like that, it will probably just be a regular what I spent in a week. I want to do another what I eat in a day. I was looking back on some of my videos. Sometimes I'll go through my analytics and see what videos do well, and my old what I eat in a day videos actually did pretty well. So I think I'm going to film another one for this month and see how it does. The difference is though, I used to track protein, and I think that's what people were really interested in. I haven't been doing that lately. I've been more intuitive eating. I still try to eat healthy and I do prioritize protein, but I don't necessarily track right now to make sure I'm hitting 130 grams. I do that really on and off. So I might just do kind of a what I eat in a day, intuitive eating kind of video. I love cooking, I love meal ideas, so I do think those videos are fun to film. And then I think I'm gonna do like a Sunday reset vlog. It'll either be a weekend vlog or just a Sunday vlog. Those are my ideas for August, 8 videos. Half of the videos are sit down videos, which is kind of unusual for me. I feel like I usually only do 1 sit down video per month, but we're doing 4 sit down videos. They're just a little bit easier for me, honestly. And with me trying to take it slow, I'm not doing that much. I'm really just kind of staying home and chilling most most of the days. So I wanted to do some more sit down videos since I don't feel like my vlogs will be the most exciting they've ever been since I'm just chilling at home most days of the month. So I really tried to focus on sit down videos that I thought you guys would be interested in. So instead of my 1 sit down video, we're doing 4 sit down videos. This is usually the part in the video where I would do my budget, but you guys will have to wait for my next video to see that. So that's everything I've been thinking about when it comes to going into the month of August. I'm really excited for slower days and just kind of soaking up this month at home. Not rushing or forcing anything, showing up how I want to and how I need to right now. If you're doing your August planning or thinking about August, I hope this gave you a little spark, a little motivation to focus on what is important for your month. If you're not subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe and stick around, help me reach that 20,000 subscriber goal. And I will see you all so very soon in my next one. Bye guys.